Sports Live. The following is a presentation of Spring Hill Sports Live. It's time for Spring Hill High School Athletics. On your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by Cedar Lake Village, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, J&T Auto Service, Libby Clark at Allstate Insurance, Perfect Detail Salon, Price Chopper, Farm Bureau Financial Services Michael Grant Agency, Scott Electric, Prime Accounting Solutions, Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Seats Incorporated, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Tony Sidoti Agency Farmers Insurance, Spring Hill Fitness, and Whitesell Optometry Vision Source.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for the Broncos, right here on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Good evening from Spring Hill District Stadium tonight for Week 3 of the high school football season, where the Spring Hill Broncos play host to the Ottawa Cyclones on homecoming tonight here in Spring Hill. For the Broncos, it's an 0-2 start to this 2020 season after a loss last week to the 4A number 2 ranked Paola Panthers. It was a close game, though, 41-38 the final after the Broncos' furious comeback attempt came up just short in that second half. Spring Hill trailed 34-6 at halftime before they outscored Paola 32-7 in the second half of that game. But that comeback did fall just short despite a couple of onside kick recoveries, and now they're hoping to carry that second half momentum over to tonight's game, where they host the 1-1 Ottawa Cyclones, who defeated Baldwin 33-32 last week for their first win of the season. They used defense for offense, 2 fumbles returned for touchdowns, and they added a kickoff return touchdown as well to get that season's first victory. So tonight, Spring Hill looks to make it 5 in a row in the win column over these Ottawa Cyclones, and hopes in doing so they pick up win number 1 here in 2020 and do it all on a homecoming to boot. It's Spring Hill and Ottawa coming up here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Welcome to the Comfort Designs pregame show. Plenty more to come as we count you down to kickoff coming up at the top of the hour here on the home of the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Comfort. Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services agents have built relationships with you, one conversation at a time. And we're as committed as ever to providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show, brought to you by Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. It's homecoming night here in Spring Hill as the Broncos play host to the Ottawa Cyclones. We'll take a look at the matchup, brought to you by Spring Hill Fitness. And the Broncos, after running for 180 yards on the ground against Paola last week, expect tonight to again pound the rock. Even though this is a team that is explosive through the air, we're going to see a big dose of Draven Pipkin tonight. He's going to get the start at the running back position. Dylan Lazenby out of the game tonight with a shoulder injury, so it'll be Pipkin who will be the lead back for the Broncos tonight. And he had a big game against Paola when Lazenby was a little limited in the second half. Pipkin ran 11 times for 54 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging 4.9 yards per carry. Big game from the sophomore, who definitely has the size to be a feature back, 6 foot, 200 pounds. The strength, it's all there, the speed, and we expect to see a lot of Pipkin tonight and potentially a huge night from Pipkin. But don't sleep on Fletcher Pankey's legs either. The quarterback for the Broncos ran for 50 yards and 3 touchdowns on 13 carries in that Paola game, and he too likely will see a big workload tonight with his legs. But don't count out this passing attack either. Cameron Crotchett had 3 catches in that Paola game. Daniel Mitchell caught a touchdown in the game. And, of course, we know the big play possibilities whenever Zach Knowlton touches the football. He had 59 yards on 6 grabs with the touchdown against Ottawa last year. So far this season, 7 catches, 156 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And he's got 6 carries as well. And with Lazenby out, we may see Knowlton get a few more touches out of the backfield. So that means also a big night for those guys up front. Denver Gardner, Clay Fleming, Carson Steer, Tanner Thompson, Aiden Palmer, the starting offensive line. Those guys going to have a big night tonight as well if the Broncos have their way. For the Ottawa Cyclones, who did pick up a win last week, but they got 2 defensive touchdowns and a special teams touchdown. So for the offense this year, after being shut out week 1 against Piper last week, did get a couple of touchdowns. They came on big plays. Noah McCullough had a 56-yard touchdown pass. That went to Josue Navarro, and then he had a 55-yard touchdown run. McCullough, the quarterback, hasn't played football since his 8th grade year, and he's back this season to play some football for these Ottawa Cyclones. He's a good athlete. He's an honorable mention all-league basketball player last season for Ottawa. Now he's the quarterback this season, and he is an athlete for sure. Can run. He can air it out, throw that long ball. Jose Richards last year against Spring Hill caught a long touchdown, a 78-yard touchdown pass in the 4th quarter of that game. So this is a team that wants to hit the big play. If Spring Hill makes them drive the field, limit those big plays, they've struggled so far this year to make it down the field with points. They have had the turnover bug. They turned it over in their opener against Paola 6 times, 5 interceptions and a fumble in last week's game against Baldwin, a game that had a lot of turnovers, but it was Ottawa capitalizing on those turnovers to help lead the way to a 1-point victory. So the Cyclones have lost 4 in a row to Spring Hill, and tonight they're going to be looking to hit the big play again if they're going to avoid making it 5 in a row. I think I said 5 in a row. They've lost 4 in a row, trying not to make it 5 in a row. But Spring Hill, they feel like tonight the recipe is there for them to pick up win number 1 of the season. That's a look at the matchup. It's brought to you by Spring Hill Fitness, your local community gym. Spring Hill Fitness is dedicated to making a friendly, clean, judgment-free environment open 24/7. Check them out on Facebook or call 913-686-2027. More of the Comfort Designs pregame show comes your way next. We'll chat with the head coach of the Broncos, Jason Feebank, joins us as we get you set for kickoff tonight between Spring Hill and Ottawa, coming up at the top of the hour on Spring Hill Sports Live.
As the Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
What if grass wasn't just for mowing? What if all the games weren't on TV? What if you saw the grandkids on more than just holidays? What if you got out of the house more often, maybe for good? Cedar Lake Village Senior Living. Life is how you live, not just where. To learn more, call 888-508-2022.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
HERS Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at HERS, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call HERS at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show. We're joined by Spring Hill head coach Jason Feeback. And Coach, last week you guys hosted a very good Paola team, and when the dust finally settled in that one, a 41-38 ball game. And I know you guys obviously would have rather come out on the winning side, but man, you guys, the way they played in the second half had to left a pretty good feeling with your team.
You know, we're not really into moral victories, but I was really proud of our kids and the way they fought back down 34-7. To come back. I think if we had a few more minutes, I think we take that game. I think we win it. But lots of character by our guys. The guys were excited. And, you know, it was good seeing our guys kind of grow up that second half, being down to a pretty good football team. You know, they're ranked second in 4A. And those guys are legit. I think they're a top 4 winningest team in Kansas. So, but those are the games that we want to start. You know, we got to start winning if we want to be that program. You know, that they got tradition and we want it, and that's what we're fighting for. We're just trying to get a tradition of our own built here, and you know, it takes guys playing their guts out and playing for each other and selling out and just striving to be great to be able to do that. So, you know, feel good about our effort. Wish we could have made some extra points. I think that was the big difference in the whole game. And but it is what it is. And again, we showed a lot of fight, just couldn't quite get it done.
Yeah, missed PAT kick and just the one successful 2-point attempt out of 5 tries. How do you improve in that aspect moving forward?
Well, we had a lot of 2-point conversion situations this week. Drove that home. You know, we always say if you miss an extra point, you're chasing points, and that's what we've been. We've chased points, and unfortunately, you know, we have a big play offense. We need to become that offense that can get 4 yards when we need 3. So, still working on that. I thought our O-line did a really good job last week. It's probably some of the best O-line play that I've seen in a few years here, and I was really proud of that. But we've got some stuff we want to continue to work on. We've had to move around a couple kids on some special teams as well, so we're going to see how that looks and get rocking and rolling with that, and come out and play our best we can.
You talk about some of your offensive linemen there. I thought the running game really, I think, kind of surprised Paola how well you guys were able to run the football. Pipkin, he looked really good. And Pankey showed us why you guys were excited about his ability to run the ball when the pocket breaks down. What stood out about the way you guys were able to churn out some yardage on the ground?
I think just our the way we could consistently move the ball. And at the end of the game, I thought we wore Paola out. I thought we were able to make some explosive plays. I think Spanky did a good job of making his reads. When he pulled it, he was like shot out of a cannon. And that's what our offense is designed to do. And I felt like, he didn't feel like he had to go out and win the game. He went out and managed it and made some good stuff happen from just following and playing within the structure of our offense. If it's not there, pull the ball down and run. The kid's one of our fastest kids on the team. He's a good athlete, does track, and he does all that stuff. And so I think you can see the benefits of, just having athletes in good positions there. But I was really proud of Pipkin. Lazenby, he kind of had a little bit of a struggle getting things going. But again, we got rolling a little bit, and Draven was able to get in there, get the ball, and make some really good plays happen. It all starts up front. With those linemen.
You've started the second half now with touchdown drives in both games. What's been, I guess, the keys to that success to be able to respond out of the locker room at halftime there and start that way to kind of set the tone in the second half of games?
We just challenge our guys at halftime, and you challenge them, you make some adjustments. I think coaching guys up, saying we're going to do this, you kind of get to feel some teams out the first half, and then you kind of go out and see what you can do. Sometimes you find a chink in the armor. I don't think we really found a chink in the armor. I think we just executed a lot better, and I think we just got off the ball and we sustained blocks a lot better.
Ottawa comes to town tonight for homecoming, and they were in a battle last week with Baldwin, got their first win of the season. What can you tell us, Coach, about these Cyclones that you'll face?
Their quarterback is their guy. He can make a lot of plays with his feet. They've been throwing the ball about 60%. At about 60% of the time, they're passing the ball. And, I don't blame him with that guy back there, but he can scramble. We're going to really need to contain him as a runner. They have a little freshman. That kid can scoot. So we need to make sure we can contain him, kind of eliminate him from making big plays. Also, we don't want to kick the ball to him. He ran back an 85-yard touchdown last week. Looked pretty quick. So we want to make sure to try to keep the ball out of his hands. But, Ottawa, they're always going to bring their A game. But I think really the most important thing this week is we focus on us, and we just focus on getting our minds right and going out and playing the absolute best we can play. It's homecoming. It's all about the game this year. There's no dance. There's none of that other stuff. It's just the game. And, I'm excited to see our guys come out and play and see what we can go out and do. I thought our offense kind of figured some stuff out last week, and we need to continue to build on that. Defense had a really good team session on Wednesday, and it was we were playing pretty physical there, so that was good to see some guys getting aggressive. We got a few guys banged up, but we're gonna get the next guy, we're next man up, and go out and play, and see what happens tonight.
You mentioned focusing on your group. What have you challenged them with as far as some keys, some important areas in this particular matchup?
I think when you're rolling out with a bunch of juniors, we got a bunch of juniors playing on offense right now. We got 8 of our 11 starters are juniors. You're dealing with some younger guys, and I think just getting your mind right, making sure you have a good routine where you got all your stuff together, and the mental aspect of really being able to prepare to play your absolute best. There's so much that goes into that, from preparations the night before to having your routine, to having all your stuff ready to go, to showing up ready to go out and compete to the absolute best of your ability. And, sometimes you just got to work through that. You got to find your process. It's different for everybody. I mean, I've coached hundreds of different kids. Every kid has a little different game routine. Some like reps, some like heavy metal, some like Barry Manilow, whatever. They probably don't know who Barry Manilow is, but they like that stuff. Every kid's a little different, but they got to find that routine that works for them so they can go out and take care of business to the best of their ability. Because we could be really, really good, and we just got to find that groove where we can go out and just go play.
Where do you stand on that spectrum of pregame music, Coach? Barry Manilow, your guy?
I'm kind of a heavy metal rap mix. I get a little fired up. I can't play it too soon though, because then I'm my mind. I got to. Most of my Friday is spent not losing my stuff. I'm trying to just maintain, and I fight myself most of the day because I'm so excited for Friday nights. And, thank God we get to play another game.
I love it, Coach. All right. Spring Hill looking for their 5th straight win over Ottawa. That's the head coach of the Broncos, Jason Feedback. Coach, always appreciate you joining us. Have a great game.
Thank you. Go Broncos.
Jason Feedback, head coach of the Spring Hill Broncos. More of the Comfort Designs pregame show is next on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
Welcome back to the Comfort Designs pregame show tonight from Spring Hill District Stadium as the Broncos host the Ottawa Cyclones on homecoming night. Getting set for the kickoff coming up here at the top of the hour. It means it's time for our Keys to the Game, brought to you by Crown Realty. Let Crown Realty help you get the keys to your dream home. Check out all their listings at crownrealty.com. If you're in the market to sell your home, remember the key is a great agent, and that's what you'll find at Crown Realty in Spring Hill. Call 913-592-2222. Win the turnover battle. That's going to be my key number one. That has been a pivotal statistic, and you can say that pretty much about any football game, really, but especially this year for Ottawa. They turned it over 6 times in their opener against Piper. They were up against a tough opponent anyway in Piper, and then you turned it over 6 times and you got no chance, and they lost 55-0. Last week, they turned a pair of Baldwin turnovers, a couple of fumbles into touchdowns, returned them back for scores with the defense. So they have been using those turnovers. Spring Hill this year, they've been pretty good in that department. They've only turned it over twice on offense, just 2 interceptions. They haven't lost a fumble yet this year. Defensively, they forced just 1. That was a fumble recovery in that game last week against Paola. But look for them tonight to perhaps find a way to force a few more against this the Ottawa team that has struggled a little bit early on this year with giving the football away. Key number 2, 6 is great, but let's get 8. The conversion attempts have not gone so well this year, and I'm not going to say it boiled all down to just failed conversion attempts in that Paola game, but it certainly didn't help as the Broncos missed their only extra point kick, and then they went 1 for 5 on 2-point conversion attempts. So for the year, on those 2-point tries, they have converted just 2 out of 6, and they are 0 for 2 on extra point kicks, and it definitely proved costly last week. So can they improve their execution on those pivotal plays down close to the goal line? We'll see if they can get the 8 instead of just the 6 tonight. And finally, second half start to start the game. They have done very well coming out of the locker room to start the second half. A pair of touchdown drives to open up the second half. Let's see if they can do that to open up the ball game as a whole tonight and jump on Ottawa early, as they have played from behind now in both games against Lewisburg and against Paola, finding themselves in halftime deficits, trying to come back. And again, they've done well in the second half, but let's see if they can avoid digging themselves a halftime hole and come out on fire here tonight against Ottawa. Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Crown Realty. When we come back, we'll run down those starting lineups for you and kick this one off. Spring Hill and Ottawa coming up. You've been watching the Comfort Designs pregame show. Kickoff is next on Spring Hill Sports Live.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup, locally owned and operated, and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill, open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill.
Welcome back live to Spring Hill High School tonight as we're getting set for homecoming football tonight. The Spring Hill Broncos host the Ottawa Cyclones here in Week 3. Time for your starting lineups, brought to you by Perfect Details Salon at 516 North Webster in Spring Hill. Broncos will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at Perfect Details Salon, where they're devoted to making clients flawless from head to toe. Make an appointment online at salonperfectdetails.com or by calling 913-592-5022. Take a look at the visitors real quick first. The starting offense for the Cyclones on the offensive line. 4 returning starters on this line. Calvin Wilson Jr., big left tackle, 6'4", 265-pound senior. Addison Hedges, the left guard. Trey Bones is the center, and Adam Doran is the right tackle at 6'3", 220. All those guys returning starters on that line. William Keaton, a senior right guard, is the lone non-returning starter. The skill positions for the Cyclones, the quarterback is Noah McCullough, 6'2", 175-pound junior. His backs are Aaron Clevenger. He's the tailback, a nice-sized junior running back, 6'2", 210 pounds. And the other two halfbacks back there, Colin Creech and Josue Navarro, a 5'7", 140-pound freshman, but he has big play potential. 56-yard touchdown catch last week, and he had a 82-yard kick return touchdown also. The wideout is Jose Richards, 6'3", 175-pound senior, and the tight end is Hayden Dury, who is a 5'10", 160-pound sophomore. For the defense, up front on the defensive line, Zion Wooden is one of the defensive ends. The other D-end is supposed to be Jock Recker, but he is out now with an injury, so it won't be Recker. We'll have to see who will start at the other defensive end spot. Chase Hempel is the defensive tackle in this 3-4-4, and in the linebacking core, the two middle backers are Wyatt Sink and Nate Livingston. The outside backers are Cale Lane and Austin Curtis. The corners are Aaron Quillen and Brett Hart. And the safety is Tiernan Reed Cox. Ethan Jansen also on the defensive line, a 4-4-3 defense that they run here in Ottawa. And for the home team, the Spring Hill Broncos, offense on the offensive line, left tackle is Denver Gardner, honorable mention, All Frontier League last year. Clay Fleming, the left guard. Carson Steer, the center. Tanner Thompson, a returning starter at right guard. And Aiden Palmer is the right tackle. Fletcher Penke is the quarterback in his third start now. He's run for 62 and thrown for 287 so far this year with 3 touchdowns on the ground and 3 through the air. Draven Pipkin gets the start at tailback tonight, coming off of a big game against Paola where he averaged 4.9 yards per carry. The receivers are Zach Knowlton, Daniel Mitchell, and Cameron Crotchett, and the tight end is Colin Rooney. The defense for the Broncos, Andrew Campbell at one DN, Colin Rooney at the other. Brandon Sealing gets the start tonight at nose guard. And the linebacking core, Tanner Thompson is one of the middle backers along with Adam Atwell. The outside backers are Gunnar Kroll and Chase Wilm. The corners are Anthony Lakin and Cody Powell. Brady Larson and Zach Knowlton are the safeties. And that was Powell on that opening kick, bringing down Navarro at the 15-yard line. So we are underway. That opening kick brought to you by the Spring Hill Recreation Commission. The Spring Hill Rec Commission offers a wide range of activities for kids and adults. To see everything they offer, visit them online at springhillrec.org or call 913-592-2214. So here we go tonight. The Broncos defense going to have a chance to set the tone early here for Spring Hill against Noah McCullough and this Ottawa offense. And 2 50-plus yard touchdown plays last week in their win over Baldwin, a 33-32 victory. This is Clevenger on first down who gets the carry, and the Cyclone tailback doesn't get far. A couple of yards on that carry, and Tanner Thompson leads the charge on the stop for Spring Hill. So just a yard out to the 16-yard line for Clevenger on his first carry. Team that likes to throw the football. Coach mentioned they're about 60% pass this year. 33 points last week against Baldwin. They were shut out week 1 by Piper. Spring Hill defensively gave up 22 in week 1 to Lewisburg and 41 last week to Paola. And that ball comes out late and incomplete. Jose Richards, the intended receiver, but good coverage on the play by that right corner for Spring Hill, Anthony Lakin, who was able to jar the ball loose and will bring up a third down and long, 3rd and 9 for Ottawa here on their opening possession. McCullough connected with Navarro last week for a 56-yard score, and he can run if the pocket breaks down on him. He had a 55-yard touchdown run in that Baldwin game. Hadn't played football since his 8th grade season, but back out on the gridiron for the Cyclones here as a junior. And he is in the shotgun with 5 wide receivers as they spread it out on 3rd down and 9. Kroll comes untouched off the outside and forced him to escape the pocket the opposite way, and Chase Wilm was waiting for him. So Wilm with the sack all the way back to the 4-yard line. So a 13-yard loss, and it'll bring up a 4th and forever, and the punt team will come out of the field for Ottawa. Gunnar Kroll forced him to escape, and he forced him right into the waiting arms of Chase Wilm as the 2 outside backers team up to make a play there. Fogel to kick, and it's a low kick out of his own end zone. Fielded at the 37-yard line with a full head of steam coming to the near sideline and twisted down to the 24-yard line. On the return was Zach Knowlton. Richards makes the stop for Ottawa, and it's a short field for Spring Hill as they'll get their First offensive possession going from deep inside Ottawa territory at the Cyclone 23-yard line. 10:26 left of the opening quarter. One possession into this ball game, a 3-and-out for Ottawa that netted 12-yard loss. And now here's the Spring Hill offense. Draven Pipkin, the back behind his quarterback Fletcher Pankey. Pipkin, a sophomore, getting his first start tonight. Knowlton goes in motion. Pipkin gets the handoff up the middle, and he's able to pick his way down inside the 20. Ethan Jansen, along with Austin Curtis, making the tackle as Pipkin picks up a solid 6 yards on first down. Averaged 4.9 yards per carry last week against Paola, did Pipkin. 11 carries, 54 yards, and 2 touchdowns. We expect to see a lot of number 2 toting the rock tonight. So after one offensive play, the Broncos already into the red zone. This is Knowlton in motion, and in speaking of motion, there was some extra motion that wasn't allowed as Pipkin jumped forward prior to the snap, and that's going to cost Spring Hill 5 yards on a false start. Second down and 9, as that pushes them back out of the red zone to the 22-yard line. Spring Hill this year, they've scored 7 touchdowns on 10 trips into the red zone, so they've been pretty efficient down here in this part of the field. After the penalty, second down and 9. 4 wide receivers for Pankey. Looks to throw. Fires it outside to Mitchell, who's got the catch for a first down at the 11 or 12-yard line. Mitchell caught a touchdown last week, and he makes the catch here for 10. And that will move the chains on a second and 9. They get one more than they needed and have it down at the 12-yard line with a first down and 10 with 9:23 and counting left in the first quarter. Mitchell posted up, made the play right in front of the corner, Aaron Quillen. Mitchell's the lone receiver now to the left side. Mitchell now in the slot to the right. That's Knowlton who was on the left side. He gets it on the jet sweep to the near sideline, and he goes in untouched. So Zach Knowlton's first touch of the ball game goes for 12 yards and a touchdown. Mitchell and Rooney and Crotchet all sealing off the outside of the right edge and allowed Knowlton to go in untouched for the score. John Mitchell will come on to attempt the extra point. He's 0 for 2 this year on extra points. Zach Knowlton will hold it for the Broncos. And this time, Mitchell boots it through. So it's a 7-0 Spring Hill lead with 9:01 to play in the first on Spring Hill Sports Live. All right, we bring it right back. They had issues getting to the break, so I didn't want to miss the next kickoff. I figured by the time I played a commercial, we'd miss the kickoff. So here we are. We're right back. Opening drive touchdown for Spring Hill. Didn't have to go far. Only needed to take it 23 yards to get into the end zone, and Zach Knowlton did it the last 12 on a little jet sweep. His first touchdown run of the year. He had 1 touchdown rush last year along with 4 touchdown receptions. He's got a pair of touchdown receptions already this year. That's the first one on the ground, and it makes it 7-0 Spring Hill with 9:01 left in this opening quarter. Jackson Rainforth will kick off for Spring Hill. Josue Navarro, the deep man to the right. Tiernan Reed Cox on the near side, and it will be Reed Cox who fields it at the 12-yard line. Back up between the hashes and drugged down about the 28-yard line by Chase Wilm. Wilm had that big sack to end the last possession for Spring Hill. So the Ottawa offense, a little better field position this time for the 28-yard line, but they went backwards last time they had it. They had a net of 12 yards lost last time they had the football, ended up punting out of their own end zone. And they will spread it out on first down with 5 wide receivers. Now Navarro, well, thought about coming back into the backfield. He'll stay put. We'll see if the Broncos are able to get some pressure again on McCullough. Now Navarro goes in motion. Option look to the right side. McCullough tucks it under his right arm, keeps it, and is going to be brought down for a loss. So Chase Wilm, he's getting to know the quarterback early on in this game as Wilm makes that tackle at the 26 for another 2-yard loss. A sack and now a tackle for loss for Wilm, who made that special teams tackle as well. He's off to an excellent start tonight for that senior linebacker. Now Wilm lined up the defensive end on the right side as he and Gunnar Kroll flip on this 2nd down and 12. Hand off to Clevenger of the backfield, runs into a pile. The ball looked like it might have come out, but it didn't. Might have been just one of the players, those red helmets from up here, and they hit the ground. They kind of have the same hue as the football. I thought for a moment the football might have popped loose. But a yard gained by Clevenger. Brings up another 3rd down and long for Ottawa. Couldn't convert on 3rd and 20, or rather a 3rd and 9 last time. And now they have a 3rd down and 11. Couple of wingbacks. McCullough wants to throw. He'll take his deep shot down the sideline, but out of the reach with the defender Cody Powell blanketing the target, that time Hayden Dury. So another failed 3rd and long brings up another 4th and long, and they will bring the punter back onto the field. Reese Fogel last time hit a low line drive punt that gave Zach Knowlton a running start on the return, and he brought it all the way back to the 23-yard line. Nearly blocked that time, and then they ran into the punter. Like a nice lob wedge, it comes rolling backwards and is down just across the 30, but there is a penalty flag, and it's probably just running in. No, they're going to call roughing here. So a personal foul, roughing the kicker called against Spring Hill. So that 15 yards will give the 1st down to Ottawa.
First down for the Cyclones.
Well, that'll take it from the 27 out to the 42-yard line. The first down of the game for Ottawa comes by a penalty. A new life for the Cyclones now from the 42-yard line with 7:20 remaining in the first quarter. A 7-0 Spring Hill lead. Navarro moves to the wing on this 1st down play. Clevenger is the back behind McCullough. McCullough wants to throw, and again, it's a deep shot. Knowlton is the closest man there, and he intercepts the pass down to the 22-yard line. A chance for a big return. Zach Knowlton into Ottawa territory, inside the 40, down near the 30-yard line, where he's run down by Colin Creech. So Zach Knowlton making some big plays in this ball game. He's got a touchdown run. He's got a big punt return. He's got a special teams big play now as well as he brings that punt all the way back to the 30-yard line. Or not that punt, excuse me. Brings back the interception all the way to the 30-yard line. So not a special teams play there. He did have the big special teams play on the punt. That looked almost like he was fielding a punt. The high pass down the sideline, and Knowlton, the man in position to make the play, and he does. So the offense back at it with, again, a short field from the 30. Deep ball down the middle, and a great catch inside the 5-yard line. At the 4 is where he's marked down with a great grab that time by Carter Meade. So the first catch of the year for the junior Carter Meade, not a big guy at 5'9", and he was able to go up and make a contested catch at the 4-yard line for a 26-yard gain. First down and goal at the 4. Pipkin up the gut, spins off a would-be tackler and into the end zone. Third touchdown of the year for Draven Pipkin. And like we've come accustomed to seeing, he does not go down easy. A lot of his touchdowns this year and a lot of his big plays have come after broken tackles. And it was another broken tackle there as Pipkin is in from 4. And the Broncos take a 2-touchdown lead with 6:26 left here in the opening quarter. John Mitchell made his first extra point kick. This was a high snap, but Knowlton's able to put it down, and Mitchell puts it through. 14-0 Broncos with 6:26 to go in the first on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
14-0 Spring Hill with 6:26 to play in the first quarter. On top of the Ottawa Cyclones, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, and the Broncos have only had to go 23 and 30 yards on their 2 offensive possessions. So the special teams and the defense setting them up with short fields so far. Both times Knowlton. He had the punt return that set up the first short field, and then Knowlton had the interception and the big return to set up the second short field. And the offense has capitalized both times. So a 14-0 lead as Rainforth drives this kick back to the 3-yard line. Josue Navarro on the return. Navarro runs right up the gut, and he was one missed tackle away from maybe going to the house with that speed, but Chase Wilms shut it down at the 26-yard line. 14-0 Broncos. Ottawa with the ball for the 3rd time. Their only first down has come via a penalty so far. And they have had a 3-and-out with a punt and then a interception that ended their second drive. So from the 27, this drive starts for the Cyclones. McCullough out of the shotgun with a quarterback sweep out to the right side. Gets positive yardage and then some. Across the 37 to the 39-yard line, a 12-yard run and a first down. The first time that McCullough has been able to get loose. 12-yard run gives him a first down at the 39. 6:14 remaining in this first quarter. Spring Hill picking up where they left off in the second half against Paola. They were down 34-7 at halftime last week, but then outscored Paola 32-7 in the second half. Or 34-6 rather, they were down at halftime. Now McCullough with the same look, this time reverses and goes the other direction on the play. And that quarterback sweep out to the left doesn't net nearly as much. Only 2 yards to the 41 where Brady Larson makes the stop for Spring Hill's defense. Brings up a second down and 8. Just under 6 to go in this first quarter. So you go back to halftime of last week and the Broncos have a 46-7 scoring advantage over their opponents. Came up 3 points short, though, in that comeback attempt against Paola. 41-38 the final. Ottawa gets their first win of the year last week, 33-32 over Baldwin. But down an early 2 touchdowns tonight is Ottawa, and the Cyclones will take their first timeout with the play clock winding down on them with 5:25 left in the first quarter. The Cyclones use the timeout with a 14-0 Spring Hill lead. Broncos trying to get right here on homecoming tonight to pick up win number 1, and then they will have Bonner Springs next week. Bonner off to an 0-2 start this year as well. And then they go back on the road to take on a ranked DeSoto team. I guess I should have looked. I didn't check my schedule here was still from last week. I didn't check to see what the rankings, if they have changed at all with DeSoto. They were top 5 in 5A last week anyway. They're 1-1 on the year. And then after that, it's Tonganoxie who comes to town, who's ranked 3rd in 4A, or was. And they're 2-0 after a really good season last year from Tongi, a team that Spring Hill played twice in their regular season matchup. And then that's where the season came to an end for Spring Hill last year in the playoffs. Second round of the playoffs against Tonganoxie. And then it's at Piper. So that is 3 straight tough ones with DeSoto, Tongi, and Piper. And they round out the season with Eudora prior to then their first round playoff game, which of course will be an opponent to be determined. So here we go. 2nd down and 8 for Ottawa coming out of the timeout. McCullough working out of the shotgun. Flips it out to Navarro, trying to get to the edge, but Zach Knowlton steamrolls him with a penalty flag thrown in. Powell and Creech got tangled up there, and we'll see if that is the target of the penalty flag. That's where it was kind of thrown by the official. Big tackle made by Knowlton for a loss, and it is a hold against Ottawa. You might think about declining this, though, if you're Spring Hill. It's going to be 3rd down at about 13 if you decline the penalty. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they do. And indeed, the penalty is declined. So it's a 4-yard loss on that run by Navarro. On the tackle for loss by Zach Knowlton. And Jason Feeback, in my opinion anyway, wisely declines the penalty, takes the result of that play, which was the loss, and now it's 3rd down and long. Over 2 so far on 3rd down tonight for Ottawa. There's a 3rd and 12 from their own 37-yard line. McCullough chased out of the pocket by Kroll, gets away but won't get nearly enough for the first down. He steps out of the 39-yard line. So Adam Atwell, who got the start tonight at linebacker, making that play for Spring Hill at the 39-yard line. Just 2 yards is all for McCullough. And so that will bring up another 4th down and long. And the punting team is back out on the field for Ottawa. Reese Fogel will kick it away. Zach Knowlton goes back for Spring Hill. This punt forces Knowlton back near the 25-yard line. But Zach has some room to hit the return, and he's across midfield again. Knowlton all the way back near the 30-yard line before he's brought down from behind by Clevenger. But it's another big play by Zach Knowlton, who continues to flip the field for Spring Hill. He's had 2 big punt returns and a big interception return. That went all the way back to the 32-yard line, so it'll once again be a short field for Spring Hill. This, if you can believe it, is the worst, and I do that in air quotes, worst starting field position that the Broncos have had tonight, and it's at the opponent 32-yard line. So Fletcher Pankey of the offense back onto the field. Their yardages don't look a whole like much after 2 possessions, 58 yards. But that's because that's all they've been allowed to get because of the short fields. And Draven Pipkin, another big run after contact down to the 16. It's a gain of 16 for Pipkin, who just does not go down easy. Aaron Quillen eventually was able to make that tackle, but it takes some force to get Pipkin on the ground. Arm tackles aren't going to cut it against this sophomore back. 6 foot, 200 pounds. Coach tells me he's probably the strongest kid on the team, and he's only a sophomore. He was a state wrestler last year as a freshman. And there's no doubting his strength. So here's a 1st down at 10 at the 16. Pankey pulls it this time. And Fletcher Pankey is down to about the 7-yard line before being tackled by Cale Lane. So that will move it to the 7. And it's a 9-yard gain by Fletcher Pankey, who had 3 touchdown runs last week. Ended up with 50 yards on the ground on 13 carries and 3 scores. And he's got him at the 7, facing 2nd down and 1. Knowlton and Pipkin both join Pankey in the backfield this time, and it is Pipkin right up the gut, bouncing off tacklers again and in for his second touchdown of the night. Another 7-yard touchdown run for Pipkin that featured broken tackles. He had 2 scores last week. He's got 2 in the opening 9 minutes of this game. 20-0 Spring Hill with 3:08 left in the quarter. John Mitchell has been perfect, 2 of 2 on extra points tonight. Knowlton to hold it. Again, a little bit of a high snap, but Zach's able to put it down, and Mitchell puts it through once again. 21-0 Spring Hill. All Broncos here in the first on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Or call your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
21-0 Spring Hill with 3:08 left in the first quarter as they have come out on fire against Ottawa tonight here on homecoming. 3 times the defense has been on the field. They have forced a pair of 3-and-outs, or 1 3-and-out to 1, gave up just 1 first down before a punt and then an interception. And the offense has had it 3 times, 3 short fields, 3 touchdowns. Special teams play made again by Chase Wilm, who's been busy tonight. Or no, check that. It was Rooney, 83, not 33. And it's Rooney who makes that special teams tackle on Tiernan Reed Cox at the 19-yard line. So Ottawa's had a tough go of it so far tonight on offense. Through 3 possessions, they have a total of -1 yards. The biggest play they've had was a 15-yard roughing the kicker penalty against Spring Hill. 12-yard run by McCullough. Otherwise, their biggest play tonight. Not a lot there on first down for Colin Creech. Denver Gardner stuffed that right up the middle, and Rooney and Wilm got in on that tackle as well. So no gain on first down for Creech. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Two and a half minutes left to go in this first quarter. Strong start for Spring Hill tonight on homecoming. A 3-touchdown lead early. Clevenger's the back with McCullough. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They're coming near side, wanted to anyway. Ball came out as Chase Wilm blows up McCullough again. 2nd sack for Wilm. This one forced a fumble, but Ottawa able to get back on top of it at the 12-yard line. A 7-yard loss on the sack by Wilm, his 2nd tonight. He had a sack last year against Ottawa as well. He has feasted on this Cyclone offensive line the last 2 seasons. 3rd and long again, 3rd and 16. Over 3 so far tonight on 3rd. 5 receivers for McCullough. And a quarterback draw for McCullough. Gets to the outside, and he's loose, and he's got a first down before he's run out of the far side by Larson. So Spring Hill not expecting a designed quarterback draw on 3rd and 16. But a 22-yard run by McCullough on that design draw, and that worked to perfection for Ottawa as McCullough was able to scoot around the outside and pick up a big one. From the 34, 1st down and 10 for Ottawa. 1:24 remains in the first quarter. Cyclones chasing a 3-touchdown Spring Hill lead already. Again for the shotgun. Pass underneath to Josue Navarro. And he's brought down immediately. Knowlton and Atwell team up on the stop at the 38-yard line. 4-yard completion. Second down and 6 coming up from the 39. Clevenger on the carry. Stood up by Chase Wilm and then gang tackled for a no gain. Looks like they may give him about a yard actually to the 40 on the forward progress. Final half minute of this opening quarter. Ottawa does not have to snap it again. Play clock is at 24 with the game clock at 21. They'll get to the line here with about 10 seconds left in the quarter. 5 receivers for McCullough. They do snap it. He fumbles the snap. Picked it up, but a knee was on the ground. So they will lose about another 5 or 6 there. And that'll bring up a 4th down and long as we go to the second quarter. 21-0 Spring Hill on top of Ottawa after 1 on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020. When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill.
Off to the second quarter tonight in Spring Hill on homecoming, and a good start to the homecoming ball game for the Broncos as they lead it 21-0 to start this second quarter, and a 4th down and 9 to start the quarter for Ottawa. After they flip sides of the field, Reese Fogel will punt it away. High punt this time. So he's had those line drive punts that Knowlton's been able to rip off the big returns on. This time Fogel got it high up in the air. Now gets a nice bounce as well all the way down to the 15-yard line. So for the first time tonight, Spring Hill's going to have to put together a lengthy drive. So far, they have started at the 23 of Ottawa, the 30 of Ottawa, and the 32 of Ottawa. This time, though, on their own 16 to start. Not that they can't take it the 84 yards needed, as they have shown really no signs of being slowed down to this point. The offense has run 8 plays, and 3 of the 8 have found the end zone. They're averaging 11.3 yards per play so far. 90 yards of offense, 54 on the ground, 36 through the air, and they'll start it on the ground here with Pipkin. Again running through tacklers. Took care of an arm tackle and then carries the whole pile of Cyclones out near the 25-yard line. Ethan Jansen came out of the pile with the football for Ottawa, but Pipkin ruled down at the 25 after a 9-yard run on first down. Not often can you be in the second quarter, carry it for 9 yards, and bring your team's yards per play down. That's the kind of night it's been so far for this Spring Hill offense. 4 receivers this time for Pankey. A minute into the second quarter. 2nd down and 1. Fletcher to throw. He's got Rooney wide open, but he missed him. The tight end, Colin Rooney, who's still looking for his first catch this year. He and Pankey had a couple of near connects in week 1. Last week didn't see many targets, and there they went for their junior tight end Rooney and had a chance for a big one, but instead it'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Well, the way Pipkin has been tough to bring down, I imagine he'd be a likely recipient of the football here on 3rd and 1, and he is going to get it, and he's got the first down with ease, and he's still on his feet, tripped up about the 38. The ball came out late. Creech tripped him up, maybe unintentionally, if anything. He was just trying to get off a block, but it worked to get Pipkin on the ground at the 38-yard line. A 13-yard run on 3rd down for Pipkin. That was the first 3rd down that the Broncos have had to face so far. And they converted that one with ease, so now 1st and 10 at the 38. Knowlton goes in motion. The snap never got back to Pankey, but penalty flags are thrown. And it's a false start against Spring Hill. And there's very few times when you say, good penalty, but that might have been a good penalty because that snap never got back to Pankey. It was just laying on the turf there a couple of yards behind the center, Carson Steer. But thankfully, the false start will keep the ball in possession of the Broncos. So 1st down at 15 now. Pankey to throw, all kinds of time, and he fires over the middle and connects out near the 1st down sticks. And they are going to have a 1st down as Daniel Mitchell comes up with his 2nd grab of the ball game. This one good for 16 yards to the 49-yard line on a 1st down.
Number 2, Creech. That's good for a Bronco 1st down at the 49-yard line.
Mitchell last year had 3 catches all season. That's his 4th and 5th catches now tonight. He had 2 week 1, 1 last week, and he's got 2 tonight for a season-high 26 yards. Pipkin on the ground, into the secondary before he's touched, still on his feet at the 40, and he's tripped up by Reed Cox at the 38-yard line. Another 13 yards for Draven Pipkin. 68 yards already on 7 carries with a pair of touchdowns for Pipkin. He averaged 4.9 yards per carry last week against Paola. He's averaging 9.7 tonight so far. Really impressed by the way he just shreds off tacklers. 9:20 left in this opening half. A 21-0 Spring Hill lead. 1st down at 10 at the 38. Flip out to Knowlton in the right flat. Trying to make a man miss, but he's wrestled down for a 1-yard gain by Cale Lane. 2nd down and 9 coming up for Spring Hill from the 37-yard line of Ottawa. Spring Hill has won 4 in a row over the Cyclones. Last season it was 50-7 the final. Trying to make that 5 straight victories over Ottawa. And they are well on their way with a 21-0 lead and marching again. Pankey once more well protected, and he finds Zach Knowlton for a touchdown. 37-yard strike. The defender fell down, kind of got twisted up, and it left Knowlton not alone on the receiving end of that touchdown pass by Pankey. Third touchdown grab of the year for Zach Knowlton, who had a touchdown run earlier in this game. And now John Mitchell out once more for the extra point, and he's a perfect 4 for 4 on his kicks tonight as the Broncos lead 28-0 with 8:31 to play in a half.
Allowing you to focus on what's important. When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
All Broncos tonight, 28-0 with 8:31 left of the first half. 37-yard touchdown pass from Fletcher Pankey to Zach Knowlton. Fourth touchdown pass of the year for Pankey. 3 of the 4 have gone to Knowlton.
Number 18, Jose Navarro. Everybody up.
Josue Navarro and Tiernan Reed Cox, the deep guys for Ottawa, as Jackson Rainforth kicks it away for Spring Hill. And it will be Reed Cox from the 5-yard line. And Chase Wilm squares him up and puts him down. Oh, Carter Mead. Carter Mead making that tackle. So at the 19-yard line, Mead was the one who made the nice one-on-one tackle in the open field. And it will put Ottawa at their own 19 to start this drive, trailing by 4 touchdowns. Spring Hill outgaining Ottawa 179-15 in this ball game so far. Fake to Clevenger out of the shotgun, fires the slant to Richards. He's drugged down by Mitchell right at the marker at the 29-yard line. 10-yard completion on first down. And it is a first down for Ottawa. First catch of the game for Jose Richards, who had a big score last year against Spring Hill. The lone score for Ottawa came in the fourth quarter on a 78-yard touchdown pass. Ottawa had 145 yards of total offense last year. 78 of that, though, came on that play late in the fourth quarter. They were shut down in that game last season, and they've been shut down so far tonight. First down and 10 at the 29. Under 8 to play in the half. McCullough gives it up the middle to Clevenger, and he is brought down at the 31-yard line. Jacob Hooker had him around the ankles before the rest of the team came and helped make the stop. 2-yard run for Clevenger on first down, brings up 2nd and 8. From the 31, McCullough to throw. It's tipped at the line and falls incomplete. Colin Rooney, I think, was the man who got the hand on it. So the incomplete pass will bring up a 3rd down and 8. 1 out of 5 so far tonight on 3rd downs. The one they converted was a 3rd and 16. And they ran a designed quarterback draw. Got McCullough in some space, and he got him a first down. It was out of this 5-wide set that they did that. We'll see where they go here on 3rd down and 8. This time McCullough puts it in the air. Richards on the catch at the 36-yard line. Anthony Lakin makes the tackle. He's 3 yards short of a first down. The 5-yard completion will make it a more manageable 4th down if they want to keep the offense out there to go for it. 4th down and 3 coming up at their own 36-yard line. And the offense does remain on the field. Five receivers for McCullough. He wants to run, and he won't get anywhere near the first down marker. No chance that time for McCullough on the 4th down and 3. Ran right in to the arms of Nathan Jones, and there was nowhere to go. So they lose 2 yards and turn it over on downs. First down and 10 for Spring Hill as they take over once again in Ottawa territory at the 34-yard line. High snap, but Pankey gets it down and into the arms of Daniel Mitchell. Mitchell able to burst around the corner and take it to the house. Zach Knowlton and Cameron Crotchett made the blocks on the outside. And Mitchell just burst right through there and all the way in from 34 yards out for another Spring Hill touchdown. First carry of the year for Mitchell. He's got 5 catches, 2 of them coming tonight. But for the first time, they put it in his arms on an end around, and he takes it in for the touchdown. A one-handed grab on that snap by Knowlton. What a job by the holder, Knowlton, to put that one down, and then Mitchell to put it through. 6:11 to go in the first half. Spring Hill leads Ottawa 35-0.
Attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
$35-0 Spring Hill with 6:11 to play in the first half. It is homecoming night here in Spring Hill. We'll have the homecoming ceremony for you at halftime. We'll stream that for you during the Michael Grand halftime show, so don't want to miss that excitement, Caden. Who's going to get the crown? That's coming up at halftime, but right now we're going to see how many more Spring Hill can put on the board in this first half. Still 6:11 left to play in the half. And it's 35-0 Spring Hill. Big hit on special teams brings down Tiernan Reed Cox at the 19-yard line as it's Carter Mead again with the big play on special teams. So the Broncos rolling tonight. Everything working for Spring Hill. They've outgained Ottawa 213 yards to 30. The one turnover of the game was an interception forced by the Spring Hill defense. And the special teams has been relentless on their coverage, and they have had several big returns as well by Zach Knowlton in the punt return unit. So it's been all around a great night so far for Spring Hill. Aaron Clevenger, nowhere to go. He runs into a wall of purple jerseys after a yard out to the 20-yard line. Clevenger has just had nowhere to go tonight. 5 carries, 6 yards for the junior tailback, Aaron Clevenger. Second down at 9 at the 20. Creech goes in motion. He'll run the option with McCullough. Gets the option toss. Adam Atwell slows him down and allows Anthony Lincoln to come in and finish him off after a 1-yard run. So big difference tonight between these two offenses. Spring Hill averaging 13.3 yards per play, and Ottawa averaging 1.3 yards per play. And the Broncos have piled it on to the tune of 35-0 so far. Here's a 3rd down and 9, or make that 3rd down and 8. Clevenger this time with some room to run. He's going to be brought down short of a 1st down. Brady Larson and Cody Powell team up to make the tackle at the 26-yard line. He got 7, though. So once again, it'll make it a manageable situation on 4th down if they opt to go for it. But instead, Reese Fogel is trotting in from the sideline. He's the punter. So it looks like the Cyclones will opt to send it back to Spring Hill with just over 4 minutes left in the half. Zach Knowlton's had a couple of big returns already. Fogel sends it away, and Knowlton will let it bounce. And, ooh, he went in to try to play it. Did he touch it? Jose Richards ends up with the football, and I haven't really seen him signal anything that would say it's going to be Ottawa football, so it will be Spring Hill football. Knowlton thought about reaching in there and started to, but he was able to pull his hands back before He ended up touching that one, thankfully. So from the 38-yard line, Spring Hill's offense will take the field once again with 3:55 to work with, but that's forever because they have not needed much time at all tonight. Their possessions have been lightning quick so far, and they have all found the end zone. 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns so far for Spring Hill tonight. From the 38, the Broncos started on the ground and a strong run out to the 44-yard line, and then being thrown backwards at the end of that run was Matthew Skoma. Hempel makes the tackle at the 44-yard line, but a 6-yard run for Skoma.
At the 44-yard line.
Second down and 4 with just under 3.5 to play here in the second quarter. High snap to Penke, able to get it down, but nowhere to go on that jet sweep that time. Ethan Jansen blows up that play before it had a chance, and now a late flag comes in. So Carter Mead was taken down for a loss of 4, but after the play, a penalty flag was thrown. So we'll see what the dead ball penalty is here. And it's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Ottawa. So instead of 4th down and 8, or rather instead of 3rd down and 8, it'll end up being a first down for Spring Hill. First penalty of the game against the Cyclones, or first accepted penalty, I should say. And a costly one. So first down and 10 now as Spring Hill takes it into Ottawa territory. Skoma gets the handoff, lunges forward across the 40 to the 39-yard line of Ottawa. I'm going to mark it actually at the 40, and a tackle made by Wyatt Sink. 5-yard run for Skoma. Pipkins had the big night on the ground. He is getting this possession off. 7 carries, 68 yards, and a pair of touchdowns for Draven Pipkin, who started the game. Dylan Lazenby out tonight. And now they've gone to their 3rd-string running back, Matthew Skoma, and that's going to be a penalty. Both Knowlton and Mead motioned into the backfield at the same time. So that will cost the Broncos 5 and send it back to the original line on this set of downs to make it 2nd and 10.
False start on the Broncos. Make it 2nd and 10.
2:05 left in the half. Spring Hill 45 yards away from another touchdown. Penke throws to Crotchet. He's got the penalty yardage and some for a first down at the 32-yard line. Aaron Quillen makes the stop, but not before the Broncos pick up 13 and move the chains.
Bronco first down at the 32-yard line of the Cyclones.
Well, now they're in that scoring distance, right? They've had a couple of touchdowns from around this area, 37 and 34-yard scores to go along with some shorter ones, 12, 2, and 7 were the touchdown runs to start this game. This one from the 32-yard line. Skoma gets it up the gut, spins out of a tackle down to the 29-yard line. Charles Caffey slung him forward, and that will be about a 2.5-yard run for Skoma. Spring Hill takes a timeout with 1:25 remaining here in the first half. Spring Hill trying to keep perfect in terms of possessions and touchdowns. 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns, 4 of the 5 on the ground. Zach Knowlton with a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. Draven Pipkin with 2 touchdown runs, and Daniel Mitchell with a long touchdown run. Pipkin has come back out of the field now. It's been Matthew Skoma on this series with 3 carries for 13 yards, but now Pipkin back onto the field here with 1:25 left in the half. Crotchett and Knowlton are wide to the left. Rooney and Mitchell, the wideouts to the top of the field for Fletcher Pankey on a 2nd down and 8 from the 30. Pankey to throw. Knowlton on the corner route, bobbles it, and it's incomplete. Tiernan Reed Cox and Austin Curtis, both there in coverage, able to jar that ball loose from Zach Knowlton. So it will bring up a 3rd down, 3rd and 8. Just the 2nd 3rd down faced for the Broncos so far in this game. They converted their only other 3rd down. Spring Hill sends 3 receivers to the right now with Mitchell. Make that Crotchett singled up on the near side. Flips it out into the right flat. Knowlton trying to make men miss. He's not going to get the first at the 24-yard line. He's brought down 6 yards when they needed 8, so it'll bring up 4th down and 2. And the offense will stay on the field, no question here, and try to convert this with under a minute left in the half. Pankey to throw. Flushed out of the pocket as he tries to turn the corner, and Pankey runs out of bounds at the 20 with a 1st down. Needed 2 and got 4. So Pankey moves the chains and stops the clock with 42 seconds left in the half. Spring Hill does have 2 timeouts remaining, so they are still able to run the whole playbook here. You can use the middle of the field with those timeouts still, and this is an official's timeout. Ethan Jansen was asking for the official timeout, and he kind of hobbles his way off the field. So Wyatt Sink comes running on to replace him here on a 1st down and 10 for Spring Hill at the 20. 4th red zone trip for the Broncos. They've scored touchdowns in their first 3. Pankey to the air. On the post, looking for Crotchett, who is tangled up on the play with Aaron Quillen. No flag, incomplete pass. 36 seconds now remains in the half, and it's 2nd down and 10 for Spring Hill at the 20-yard line. Crotchett, Meade, and Knowlton all head out to the right side of the field. Daniel Mitchell is singled up on the near side. Pankey looks the 3 receiver side. Now has to step up with the pressure. He'll take off and run. Breaks a tackle at the 20. Inside the 10. Lowers his shoulder, and he's in for another touchdown. 20-yard touchdown run for the quarterback, Fletcher Pankey. His 4th rushing touchdown of the year, and the Broncos have put up a 40 spot in the first half. 6 possessions, 6 touchdowns. John Mitchell on for another extra point. This time a good snap to Knowlton, and Mitchell drills it to make it 42-0 Broncos with 27 seconds remaining in the first half. And they can't do much better than 6 possessions and 6 touchdowns. That has been the case tonight for this Spring Hill offense. The latest on a 20-yard touchdown run by Fletcher Pankey. Spring Hill has put up 265 yards of offense in this first half with 156 on the ground and 109 through the air. So they have been balanced and they have been quite effective, averaging 10.2 yards per play tonight. They've run 26 plays and have scored 6 touchdowns. So Jackson Rainforth will kick it off with 27 seconds left in the half. Try not to have a letdown here and lose your focus for this final 27, and they would love to go into the half with a 42-0 lead. Rainforth's kick will be fielded by Navarro at the 10. And Josue Navarro is back to about the 28-yard line. Wrapped up and brought down by Colin Rooney. 21 seconds left in the half. So Ottawa tonight has not shown the big play ability, but they have some athletes with Richards and Navarro and the quarterback McCullough. If you let them get loose, any one of those three has the speed to take it to the house. So can't relax just yet with 21 seconds left, trying to preserve this first half shutout. That's Navarro, the speedy freshman in the backfield with McCullough. Richards is the lone receiver on the far side of the field. He is their top guy in the passing game, but they're going to keep it on the ground with Navarro. Not much there for Josue Navarro, the freshman, as he runs it out to the 29-yard line. Tanner Thompson brings him down right away. And that will do it for the first half. 42-0 Spring Hill here at the half. Coming up, it's the Michael Grand halftime show, brought to you by the Farm Bureau Financial Agency of Michael Graham. It is homecoming tonight, so we'll have that ceremony for you coming up next here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
To providing you with that level of service. As part of your community, we're here for you, answering insurance questions and helping make sure your financial goals are on track.
Contact Farm Bureau Financial Agent Michael Grand anytime or learn more at michaelgrand.com.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup. Locally owned and operated and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill. Open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Welcome to the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show, and it is homecoming night, so we'll join the homecoming ceremonies here on the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial halftime show.
Congratulations to the class of 2021 for winning the Class of the Week contest. Our theme this year was Road Trip. The homecoming candidates were selected by their senior classmates and voted on by the student body. Our first couple is Kyra Fuchs and Chase Will. Kyra Fuchs is being escorted by her parents Becky Riffle and Greg Fuchs. Kyra has been a part of the student council all 4 years of high school and is currently the student council president. She has been a Zero Reasons Why teen council member, a member of National Honor Society, a leader of PAL's Peer Helping Program, a Shibit hostess, and will be the junior staff member for Hobie this upcoming summer. Kyra has a huge heart, and she genuinely cares about each and every person, and has a great smile and sense of humor. Kyra will be attending at the University of Nebraska in Kearney to be majoring in psychobiology. She will be on the pre-med track and is excited to study abroad throughout her college years. Chase Wilm is being escorted by his parents Jessica and Jason Wilm. Chase has been a member of the Broncos football team all 4 years of high school and has lettered 2 of those years. He has also been a member of the Broncos baseball team all 4 years of high school. He is a Lynx leader, was elected to be part of PALS his sophomore years, and is an honor roll student. Chase is an easygoing guy who is a great teammate and friend. He knows what's expected of him and always does his part to do what he can. He is what you call a student athlete. He is undecided on where he will attend college, but plans on pursuing football or baseball at the collegiate level and will major in sports marketing. Our second couple is Mallory Putnam and Cody Powell. Mallory Putnam is being escorted by her parents Susan Barucki and Justin Putnam. Mallory has been on the varsity soccer team for 3 years and was on varsity volleyball for 2. She is involved in National Honor Society, student publications, student council, and is a Lynx leader, and also an honor roll student. Mallory is a tough young lady who works hard to be the best at whatever she is doing. She makes sure to learn from any struggles and becomes better as a result. Mallory plans on majoring in communication disorders to become a pediatric speech and language pathologist. She's undecided on what school, but is hoping to attend a college in Colorado and continue her soccer career. Cody Powell is being escorted by his parents Chris and Keenan Powell. Cody has been involved in the Bronco track, basketball, and 3-year varsity football starter. He has also served on the Spring Hill High School Student Council as well as been a PAL peer helper. Cody has been a member of the volunteer club as well. Cody is a hard worker and never backs down from any challenge. He is willing to do whatever his team needs to be successful. Cody is undecided about his future plans, but hopes to enter the medical field. Our third couple of this evening is Jalen Stevenson and Denver Gardner. Jalen is being escorted by her parents Melissa and Chris Stevenson. Jalen has played varsity volleyball for 4 years and varsity soccer for 3. She has earned all-league first team honors in volleyball both sophomore and junior year, as well as all-league first team in soccer her junior year. Jalen was trained as a PAL peer helper her junior year and is an honor roll student. She was recently recognized as the 2020 ABCA Under Armour All-American Watch List for volleyball. Jalen is extremely competitive and holds herself to a really high standard in all aspects of her life. She is a hard worker and makes the people around her want to get better. Jalen is committed to Washburn University to play volleyball and will study business administration. Denver Gardner is escorted by his parents Heather and Troy Gardner. Denver has been on the principal honors roll for 4 years. He's played varsity football for 3 and has participated in varsity wrestling for 3 years. He was selected as first team in all-league football. Denver is a very strong leader for the football team. He works hard, commits to being a great teammate, and understands that there is time and a place for having fun and getting work done. Denver plans to play football in college and major in chemical engineering or pre-med. Our final couple is Izzy Williams and Evan Letellier. Izzy is being escorted by her parents Carrie and Mark Williams. Izzy is a 3-year principal honor roll student, a 2-year SPUM member, and a trained PALS peer helper. She has been on varsity tennis 4 years and was the #1 single state qualifier in the fall of 2019. Izzy is also a 2-year varsity track member, 6-time state qualifier, 6-time state placeholder, and holds 4 Spring Hill High School track records. She's a state runner-up and state champion in the 200-meter dash. Izzy is a joy to work with on the tennis courts. She sets the tone for all of her other athletes and strives to push herself and her teammates every day. Izzy has an amazing sense of humility. She is gracious and recognized for the recognition she receives, but would prefer her teammates be in the spotlight. Izzy plans to attend Kansas State University in the fall to major in interior design. Evan is being escorted by his parents, Anne and Lee Letellier. Evan is a 4-year member of the football, basketball, and track team. Evan has played varsity football and run varsity track for 3 years. He has also played varsity basketball for 2. Evan was recently recognized as the top 25 sports in Kansas players watch list as quarterback and wide receiver. Evan is very respectful and a kind young man. He always is a pleasure to be around. He definitely found his role as a leader. Evan plans to play football at the collegiate level and major in the field of engineering. However, he has not decided on which school he plans on attending next fall. The Student Council would like to thank the administrators and teachers who helped make this exciting week possible. A special thank you to Jenny Koch from Wild Hill Flowers for the donation of the beautiful king and queen in attendance flowers this evening. Performing the crowning this evening is last year's homecoming queen, Meg Putnam. Meg is currently at Missouri State University, majoring in chemistry. Also performing the crowning this evening is last year's homecoming king, Connor Zorn. Connor is currently at Kansas State University studying business management. Assisting in tonight's coronation ceremony are Student Council members Elena Maddox, Jordan Nickel, Brooke Powell, and Hannah McCormick. And now, the 2020 homecoming king is Denver Gardner. And the 2020 homecoming queen is Jalen Stevenson. Congratulations to our 2020 King and Queen and all of our homecoming candidates, and best of luck to our Broncos as they finish the second half. Go Broncos!
Combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon Smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strody tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strody Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodyOrtho.com.
What if grass wasn't just for mowing? What if all the games weren't on TV? What if you saw the grandkids on more than just holidays? What if you got out of the house more often, maybe for good? Cedar Lake Village Senior Living. Life is how you live, not just where. To learn more, call 888-508-2022.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or go online to primeaccounting.net.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Welcome back to the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. Halftime here in Spring Hill. Denver Gardner, your homecoming king, and Jalen Stevenson, the homecoming queen, and it's been all Broncos on the football field tonight. 42-0. The halftime score, the White Cell Optometry eye on the game. This is how we got there. 6 possessions, 6 touchdowns for Spring Hill. Ottawa, a bunch of punts, a turnover on downs, an interception, and in the end, Spring Hill running away with it. Zach Knowlton started the scoring with a 12-yard score, 3 minutes into the ball game to make it 7-0. Draven Pipkin added a 2-yard touchdown just 2.5 minutes later. Another touchdown by Pipkin in the first quarter, a 7-yard score with 3 minutes left in the quarter, and it was 21-0 after 1. They kept on rolling into the second quarter. They went to the air for their first second quarter touchdown, a 37-yard pass from Fletcher Pankey to Zach Knowlton. Then Daniel Mitchell on an end around went 34 yards for a touchdown to make it 35-0. And finally, in the final minute, Fletcher Pankey escaped the pass rush, went 20 yards down the sideline for a touchdown to make it 42-0 with 27 seconds left in the first half. John Mitchell, a perfect 6 of 6 on his extra point kicks. So it's been pretty much as perfect as you could have scripted for Spring Hill tonight as they lead Ottawa 42-0 at the half. The eye on the game brought to you by White Cell Optometry Vision Source. Keep an eye on your child's screen time. If they're experiencing eye strain or headaches, it might be a good time for an exam. Make an appointment with White Cell Optometry Vision Source by calling 913-592-2020 and be sure to ask about the 2020 rule. We'll take a quick time out here on the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. And when we come back, we'll run down the first half stats for you. 42-0, all Spring Hill on top of Ottawa tonight at the half.
Has 100% NAIC certified tech. Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NAIC certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Welcome back to the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. 42-0, Spring Hill on top of Ottawa tonight. And let's look at those first half numbers for you. Spring Hill outgaining Ottawa 265-40 tonight. Spring Hill with 156 yards on the ground and 109 through the air. Ottawa with 20 yards rushing and 20 yards passing. There's just been one turnover. That was an Ottawa interception that was thrown by Ottawa that was picked off by Zach Knowlton. Spring Hill and Ottawa have each run 26 plays. Yeah, they've both run the exact same amount of plays in this game, but Spring Hill is averaging 10.2 yards per play on their 26, and Ottawa averaging just 1.5 yards per play on their 26. And you add it all up, it's a 42-0 Spring Hill lead here at the half. For Ottawa, Noah McCullough is 3 of 7 through the air for 20 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. On the ground, McCullough has carried 9 times. That's kind of with an asterisk there because the sack yardage going against those quote-unquote carries, but 9 official carries for just 9 yards. He has had a couple of nice runs, a 22-yard run, a 12-yard run, but when you add in the negative yardage that's been tagged on there as well. Just 9 carries, 9 yards for McCullough. Clevenger has had a tough go of it tonight. 6 carries and 13 yards. 7 of that 13 came on his final carry of the half. Colin Creech, 2 carries for 1 yard, and Josue Navarro has carried twice for a net of 3 yards lost. And in the receiving corps, Jose Richards leads the way, 2 catches for 15 yards, and Josue Navarro, 1 catch for 5 yards. For Spring Hill, Fletcher Pankey, 7 of 10 through the air, 109 yards and a touchdown. He's also run it 3 times for 33 yards and another touchdown. Draven Pipkin, 68 yards on 7 carries with 2 touchdowns. Zach Knowlton, 1 carry, 12 yards. It went for a touchdown. Daniel Mitchell, 1 carry for 34 yards. It went for a touchdown. Matthew Skoma, 3 carries for 13 yards, and Carter Mead's lone carry went for a loss of 4 yards. And the receivers, Zach Knowlton leading the way with 3 grabs for 44 yards and a touchdown. Daniel Mitchell, 2 catches for 26 yards. Cameron Crotchett, 1 grab for 13, and Carter Mead, 1 catch for 26 yards. 42-0. Spring Hill on top of Ottawa. It's the Michael Grant Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show, and we will start the second half for you when we come back here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Shop local and save at Price Chopper, your hometown grocery store in Spring Hill. Come see the improvements and upgrades throughout the store. As always, Price Chopper is the place for hand-cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and unbeatable flavors from the bakery. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Price Chopper is now happy to offer curbside pickup, locally owned and operated, and under new management. Price Chopper in Spring Hill, open daily, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Are you looking for experienced and knowledgeable electrical contractors? Scott Electric is your right choice. We have been providing high-quality electrical repair, remodeling, and troubleshooting services at affordable prices since 1972. Expect the highest attention to detail from start to finish. We are a licensed and insured electrical company. Our residential electrical services include installation of smoke detectors, hot tubs, and basement finishing. No job is too big or too small for our trained electricians. Call for a free estimate.
When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
Welcome back to Spring Hill District Stadium tonight as we are getting set for the second half. It's been all Spring Hill tonight, 42-0. They lead Ottawa as we get set to open up this second half, and the Broncos will be getting the football to start the second half. Their offense has been perfect tonight, 6 possessions, 6 touchdowns, so they'll have first crack at it here in the second half to try and keep that going, and if they do, we will see a running clock the rest of the way if they're able to go down and get some points out of this first drive of the second half. Time for the Chamber Connection, brought to you by the Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, reminding you to support our community and shop local. Keep up to date with Chamber events by visiting them online at springhillks.org. Broncos getting pumped up for a second half. Lots to be excited about for this group after that first half of football. 42 points on the board, averaging a first down every play you run. Over 10 yards per play in that first half. They did it on the ground, through the air. The defense was stifling. didn't allow Ottawa to even threaten to score in that first half. And we'll see if the second half will have more of the same in store for the Broncos here on their homecoming night. A little bit of a different homecoming this year. You didn't have all the extra activities that you would normally have in a homecoming week, and you don't have a homecoming dance. Unfortunately, I'm sure for many of them, they were probably usually pumped for that one after a big football win. You get to go, and I know Caden, he goes and gets excited to go and get a slow dance in after that, but not happening tonight. So it's just football. Coach said he actually is one of the few coaches I've ever met that likes homecoming. I shouldn't say likes homecoming. It's not that football coaches typically, it's not that they dislike homecoming in general, but there's just a lot of extra distractions. And football coaches and coaches for any sport for that matter, are creatures of habit. They've got this schedule. They want to stick to it. And homecoming a lot of times throws some of that schedule off. Coach Feeback actually tells me he likes homecoming week. This one, though, again, a little bit different. But the fact of the matter is you want to win your homecoming football game. I don't care whether there's a dance or a dress-up or anything. You want to win your homecoming football game, and Spring Hill certainly well on their way to that. Let's see if they can close it out. And at this point in time, you start playing little games within the game as far as can you get the shutout now? Can you keep the offense rolling and capitalize and score every time you touch the football? Those are the kind of things Spring Hill will be looking to do in this second half. One thing that's been great so far, I mean, aside from the fact that both offense and defense look unstoppable, is the fact that John Mitchell is a perfect 6 of 6 on extra point kicks. That cost him in the game against Paola. The ability, or in this case, inability to convert, whether it be the kicks. They were 0 for 1 on kicks and 1 for 5 on 2-point conversion tries. Now, we haven't seen them try a 2-point conversion in this game, but they've been able to capitalize on the extra point kick. Mitchell was 0 for 2 coming in. He's 6 for 6 tonight, and the confidence has to be skyrocketing for John Mitchell on that extra point. And so that could be a big thing that comes out of this game, is the fact that maybe they got some confidence in that, because those points, as we saw last week, can be awfully big. So here we go, second half underway. The kick will be fielded by Spring Hill back at the 9-yard line, and here's Mitchell on the return. Daniel Mitchell breaking tackles. Daniel Mitchell across the 40, still on his feet at midfield, and he's brought down by the kicker, Reese Fogel, at the Ottawa 49-yard line. So a big return by Mitchell, and Spring Hill will have another short field to work with as they try to go down and put this game into running clock territory, as they got to get to the 45-point lead mark. They're up 42 right now and have the football on the 49 of Ottawa. Draven Pipkin, the running back, Pankey, the quarterback, Mitchell and Knowlton go wide left. That's Cameron Crotchett with his hand on the turf on the outside right line, and Skoma in there as kind of a fullback look, and that's Draven Pipkin running right behind him for 9 on first down. Pipkin averaging 9.6 yards per touch tonight. He's carried it 8 times for 77 yards and another 2 touchdowns tonight. He's got 4 touchdowns in the last, one full football game, if you will. Second half of Paola and a first half tonight. 2 touchdowns in that Paola game, 2 more in the first half tonight. Second down and 1 for the Broncos at the 40 of Ottawa. Pipkin again. And Draven Pipkin to the 35-yard line. He is tackled there at the 34 is where they'll mark it. Tiernan Reed Cox had him held up before Austin Curtis helped finish off the tackle. But another 6 yards for Pipkin moves the chains. Spring Hill's only had to face 2 third downs in this game. They've actually only converted 1 of those 2, but they also converted a 4th down in the first half. But it's been a lot of first and second downs, and really, quite honestly, not many second downs even. Averaging over 10 yards per play to start this second half. And Draven Pipkin on a 3rd straight play carries it for Spring Hill, and he's down near the 20-yard line before Reed Cox trips him up. They'll mark the 23. That's another 11 yards for Pipkin, who's 6 shy of the century mark now. Picking up right where they left off to end of the first half. This offense scored with 27 seconds left in the half. And then gets the football to start the second half, looking to go back-to-back scoring possessions with just a single running play mixed in between for Ottawa to end the half. Well, let's go Pipkin 4 in a row. This time he's bottled up a little bit. He was grabbed at the line of scrimmage by Hedges and wasn't able to get loose. Wooden eventually brought Pipkin down at the 22-yard line. Just a 1-yard run that time for Draven, who's carried it the first 4 snaps from scrimmage to start the second half for Spring Hill. So it is 2nd down and 9. Scoreboard reads 3rd, but it's 2nd down and 9 here. Pipkin again off right tackle. Carrying defenders down to the 19-yard line for 3 yards. Cale Lane on the tackle. So a 3rd down and 6 for the Broncos. Into the red zone goes Spring Hill. They had 4 red zone opportunities in the first half, and they scored 4 touchdowns as they scored a touchdown every time they touched the football in the first half. Opening possession of the second half for Spring Hill. 3 minutes, 20 seconds gone on the drive. And now 3rd down and 6. High snap to Pankey. Hands it off to Pipkin. And Draven Pipkin, like a bowling ball, bouncing off of Ottawa defenders and in for a 19-yard touchdown on a 3rd and 6 run. So Draven Pipkin would not be denied as he was sniffing the goal line and bounced off about 3 or 4 Ottawa tacklers, or would-be tacklers anyway. And Pipkin's in for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night, and it puts him over 100 yards on the ground in the process. Big night from the sophomore back, Draven Pipkin. Now John Mitchell, 6 out of 6 on his extra point kicks of the first half, but his first of the second half misses wide left. 48-0 Spring Hill, 8:27 to go in the 3rd on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Overland Park and Spring Hill, Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
.27 remains in the 3rd quarter, and now a 48-0 lead for Spring Hill after the 3rd touchdown run of the game for Draven Pipkin. And that will put this game into a running clock situation now. So Spring Hill trying to make quick work of this one in the second half. They have scored their 7th touchdown in 7 possessions, and now Ottawa to return Reed Cox from the 5. Well, that's actually Fogel on the return. He's the kicker for Ottawa, and Reese Fogel, kick returner now, out to the 33-yard line. Chase Wilm runs him out of bounds. So Ottawa ran it for 20 yards in the first half. They threw it for 20 yards in the first half, but they were shut out and shut down by this Bronco defense. Noah McCullough will set up shop at the 33 here for Ottawa on a 1st down and 10 with Clevenger in the backfield. Aaron Clevenger gets it, and he is walloped at the line of scrimmage. Not a lot of room there for the Ottawa tailback, who has had a tough go of it tonight finding any space. Chase Wilm came flying in there to make that tackle after a 1-yard run by Clevenger. He's got 14 yards on his 7 carries. Half of that yardage came on 1 carry, a 7-yard run back in the first half. Other than that, it's been a bunch of 1- and 2-yarders. Fumble on the fake handoff to Clevenger. McCullough coughed it up, and Spring Hill recovers. Gunnar Krull on the recovery at the 31-yard line. Second turnover of the night for the Ottawa offense. And the Broncos set up pretty with under 7 and counting to go in the third quarter, leading 48-0 and taking over once again deep into Ottawa territory. That puts the Broncos into the positive turnover margin on the year. They came in -1 in the turnover margin with 2 turnovers and 2 giveaways and only 1 takeaway, but they have added 2 takeaways tonight. After the first turnover back at the first half, a Knowlton interception. They capitalized with a touchdown run a few plays later by Draven Pipkin. And now after the fumble recovery, they start with Matthew Skoma, and he picks up 8 yards on that first down run. So it's second and short.
At the 23-yard line of the Cyclones.
So some reserves in there now for Spring Hill. As Skoma will get it again. And Matthew Skoma on second down and 2. Got 2 to the 21-yard line. It'll depend on the spot whether it's enough to move the chains or not, and it appears like it is. So a 2-yard run by Skoma, and it's a first down. Luke Metcalf is the new quarterback for Spring Hill. Cole Floyd is in there as one of the receivers. Also Lane Shoemaker. They're both to the top of the field along with Kelson McAllister. Option to the left side. Metcalf flips to Skoma. And he is drugged down by Curtis for a loss of 1 at the 22-yard line. The other receiver on the field there was Elijah Flores. Trying to pick out the numbers on the O-linemen who are in there. Looks like the right tackle now is, well, I'm not sure, 74. They don't have a 74 there. Do you have one? Yeah, there's no 74 listed, so. Second down and 11. Metcalf gives to Skoma. Down to the 17-yard line, drugged down by Charles Caffey. A 6-yard run there by Skoma brings up third down and 5. Tanner Thompson still the right guard for Spring Hill. Aiden Palmer has gone from right tackle to left tackle now, it looks like. High snap over the head of Metcalf. Ball on the turf back at the 28-yard line where it's fallen on by Matthew Skoma. And that's Steer, the center still. So it looks like most of the offensive linemen may be still out there. So the big loss on that play brings up fourth down and 17. Offense still out there, 4th and 17 on the Ottawa 28-yard line. 2.5 to go in this third quarter. Metcalf on a quarterback keep. Picks up a couple, but they will turn it over on downs as that was shut down rather quickly by Cooper Stone. So turnover on downs, and the football goes back to Ottawa as Spring Hill is stopped for the first time tonight, albeit with the second unit out there. The starters, who had at this point appear to be done for the night, at least the majority of them for Spring Hill on the offensive side, were a perfect 7 scores on 7 possessions, and now the defense going to try to keep the shutout alive. Low snap, bouncing around. Clevenger able to come up with the football, and then he goes down in the arms of Adam Atwell. And they lose 2, but boy, that could have been a lot worse for Ottawa. And the oblong football doesn't always bounce that kindly for you, but it did right up into the arms of Clevenger. It almost bounced it like a basketball there as he was trying to gather it. Atwell stayed with him and makes the stop in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. Second down at 12 to 24. Under 90 seconds left in the third. 48-0 Spring Hill tonight. It was 42-0 at halftime. The Broncos added a touchdown on their opening drive of this second half. And that's where we still stand. Another tough snap. This ball on the ground. And did Kroll get there first? He did. Gunnar Kroll able to get down on his second fumble recovery, as Ottawa really having a tough time on the snaps here lately. And for the second time in as many possessions, Gunnar Kroll comes up with a fumble recovery. Third turnover of the game for Ottawa. They've turned it over now in their last 2 possessions. So Spring Hill will start on the 22-yard line of Ottawa. Luke Metcalf again comes out to lead the way as the quarterback here, with Matthew Skoma behind him on a 1st down and 10. Handoff up the middle to Skoma. He is stopped after a gain of maybe 1. Tackle made by Zion Wooden. So after 3, it's the Broncos 48 and Ottawa scoreless here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
No further than Comfort Designs. Are you looking for a trusted heating or air conditioning contractor in the Spring Hill area? Look no further than Comfort Designs. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning has 100% NAIC certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back to Spring Hill District Stadium tonight on homecoming for the Spring Hill Broncos as we start the 4th quarter with another Matthew Skoma run. Brett Hart making the tackle at the 19-yard line. Another 2 yards for Skoma. So we've cleared up the 74 mystery. It is Brandon Sealing, their senior offensive lineman, defensive lineman. He normally wears 74. Normally wears 73. Wearing 74 tonight. So yeah, that mostly intact starting line. Denver Gardner was the only one I think that was not in there on the last possession. And it appears the line has, again, had a couple of changes here as Luke Metcalf, the backup quarterback, drugged down back at the 22-yard line. Austin Curtis making that tackle. Aiden Palmer is still in there along with Sealing. They're the tackles. 4th down and 10 coming up now for Spring Hill. And Hayden Hoover, who just came running off the field. The offense will go for it on 4th down and 10. Handoff is blown up in the backfield. No chance on a jet sweep. That time to Lane Shoemaker. Cale Lane blows up that play before it had a chance to start for Shoemaker. So it'll be a turnover on downs again for Spring Hill. And with 10 minutes to play in the ball game, Ottawa will get it back with, again, some changes here for Spring Hill. Both their corners just came off the field. Their starting corners, Lakin and Powell. So Elijah Flores. One of those that came on, along with maybe Dvorak was the other one. The Spring Hill will take a timeout. They ran on some guys late there, so I think Jason Feedback decided he better take a timeout to make sure they've got everybody where they need to be here, make sure they've got the right 11 on. That can be the biggest challenge late in a game like this when you got so many substitutions happening. You get guys on the field late, and of course younger guys in a lot of cases don't have the Friday night experience, and got to make sure you get everybody in position. So the backup's in there right now on defense, and their task is to preserve the work of that starting unit defense that has shut out Ottawa to this point. We were in the same boat last year. It was 50-0 Spring Hill late in that game, and then Ottawa did find a touchdown late against the reserve defense. So this year, they're going to try to keep that shutout intact as they are on their way to their 5th straight win over Ottawa. At the 27-yard line, 1st down and 10, Ottawa. Handoff to Clevenger. And he is wrapped up around the ankles and brought down by Lane Shoemaker at the 29-yard line, 2-yard run. Which would be a good time to plug the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show, which is coming up at the conclusion of this one. 2nd down and 8. McCullough wants to go to the air, but had nowhere to throw it, and will check and run instead. And he takes it to the 34-yard line. He is tripped up there at the 34 by Waiting. Again, we got a number that's not on the program, 22. Don't have a 22 listed, so sorry, young fella. Made a nice open field tackle on McCullough, though. Third down and short. And they try to just sneak that one past him, but not happening. Richard Powell stuffed the quarterback McCullough for no gain. So a 4th down and 3 now. Fourth down along 2 here for Ottawa. They spread it out 5 wide. McCullough to throw. Flips it underneath. It is caught at the 38-yard line for a 1st down. Tackle made by Derek Stewart. But they get the 1st down.
Tackled on the play by number 85, Stewart. That's good for a Cyclone 1st down at their own 38-yard line.
So from the 38 now, 1st down and 10, Ottawa. Snap back to McCullough, throws the slant behind Richards and incomplete.
Pass is incomplete to number 16, Richards. Defending on the play, number 22, Statler. He's 2nd and 10 for the Cyclones.
Second down and 10, Ottawa. 6:40 and counting remaining in the fourth quarter. Quick throw is caught at the 43-yard line. Tackled immediately was Reese Fogel. That was Stewart along with Garrett Bauer making the tackle. Well, it's a 4-yard gain on that completion. Brings up a third down and 6. Creech comes in motion. McCullough keeps it on the option, has a first down, and he is tripped up and knocked out of bounds on the far side by Elijah Flores. I'll mark at the 47-yard line.
That's good for a Cyclone first down at the Bronco 47-yard line.
Five and a half to play. They are into Spring Hill territory, are the Cyclones. McCullough again looking to throw. Takes a deep shot and overthrows his target down to the 5-yard line. Bret Hart was the guy he was going for there and had a step on the defender, but pass a little bit overthrown. Elijah Flores in coverage for Spring Hill. So another second down and 10 for Ottawa. Cyclones will drop to 1-2, and they've got Paola on deck next week, so that's going to be a tough back-to-back here after this one. Then Paola next week. Spring Hill plays Bonner Springs next week here at home. Option again. This time McCullough gives it up to Clevenger, and a nice open field tackle made by Carter Mead. No gain on that play, and Mead has made several nice open field plays on special teams tonight. He's had a couple of really good tackles on the kickoff coverage team, and that time takes that same open field tackling mentality and cuts down the much bigger Aaron Clevenger. Mead 5'9", 155. Clevenger 6'2", 210. And Mead did not seem phased at all by that discrepancy in size. He went right down low and cut him down. Richards on the catch at the 40, reaching forward to try to get the first down. They're going to spot him a little bit short. Stadler on the tackle at the 39-yard line brings up fourth down and 2. Big play here. They get this one. The shutout's probably going to hold. And Ottawa will take a timeout before we get the snap on this fourth down. So that stops the clock with 3:26 to go. So that's why if you make the stop here in a running clock situation, this one's pretty much over. And the offense for Ottawa will be able to run a couple of plays and end this ball game. So you can almost lock up a shutout victory right here. Last time that Spring Hill shut out Ottawa, just a couple of years ago, 2018, they won that one 49-0. This one is at 48-0. Before that, you had to go 10 years back to 2008 when they shut them out 31-0. So twice in the last dozen or so years that the Broncos have shut out Ottawa, trying to make it a third time tonight as they lead it 48-0 with 3:26 left in this ball game. It would be 1 point shy of their largest margin of victory over Ottawa since '93. That was the 49-0 win in the 18 matchup. They're a point shy of that tonight, but they have had about as good of a night as you could have for the guys in purple. Fourth down and 2. McCullough on the play fake. Flips it into the flat to Creech. He's got a first down at the 34-yard line. Mead on the tackle. or rather a Stewart, but that will move the chains and keep this possession moving forward. But the clock ticking away as well as it goes underneath the 3 minutes. So defense still got a chance to get that shutout. They're just going to have to work a little extra for it now. McCullough and the Cyclones from the 34. Under pressure. Eludes the pass rush, throws it for Richards, and just missed him. Almost getting to the quarterback to make the sack was Richard Powell. He couldn't quite get there. Or that other Andrew Campbell, rather. I thought it was Andrew Campbell, 67 on that pressure, not 75. But McCollum was able to get rid of the pass, albeit incomplete. So now second down and 10. Clock down to 2 minutes left. And Ottawa wants another timeout. We'll take a quick break as well. Final 2 minutes here in the fourth when we come back on Spring Hill Sports Live.
That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill. When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill. .203 to go with the ball game tonight. Spring Hill all over Ottawa this evening, 48-0. And only thing left to figure out now is whether Spring Hill's defense can pitch the shutout tonight. Ottawa 34 yards away from the end zone. They've got one timeout remaining in a running clock, fourth quarter. McCullough from the pistol. Navarro goes in motion. Freshman gets it as he tries to turn the corner, but is not going to be able to. Couldn't quite get around the outside before McAllister, or no, Miles Bell makes that tackle. So just a 1 yard run for Navarro, and it's third down and 9. Clevenger motions out, so they empty the backfield. Quick throw out to Richards, and he is hit high and low and dropped. They will hurry to the line of scrimmage. 6 yard completion to Richards. And before the snap, I think a timeout was called by Spring Hill. It was. So against that hurry up, the Broncos will take a timeout before a 4th down and 3 play. So here we are again. A stop and you get the shutout. Ottawa converted their last 4th down. That was a 4th down and 2. They went to the air to move the chains on a 4 yard completion. This will be a 4th down and 3 from the 28 yard line with a minute 14 left. Next Friday night, 6:30, we're on the air, and a 7 o'clock kick with Bonner Springs coming to town. Was supposed to be a road game at Bonner Springs, but due to the different rules and regulations that different counties and different school districts and everybody has in place, Bonner having to play on the road and not at home due to the situation in Wyandotte County. So that game moved from at Bonner to at Spring Hill. It's 2 games that will be the case with. The Piper game later in the year, same scenario.
So 6 of the 8 games on the schedule this season, home games for Spring Hill. That's not bad. Here we go, 4th down and 3 at the 28-yard line. McCullough wants to throw. He's pressured. He'll tuck it and run it and move the chains as he takes it down near the 23-yard line. Alexander Dvorak making the tackle. They'll work quickly. The pass to Navarro is caught, and then he's immediately smothered by Carter Mead. And get just one. Second down and 9, low snap. McCullough kept it alive, throws to the end zone, and had his receiver Creech turned around. And the clock continues to run with now 25 and counting seconds to go. Ottawa does have one more timeout if they want to use it to try and get in the end zone here. Down to 15 seconds, 3rd down and 8. McCullough this time will try for Richards, and it is dropped to the end zone. Had a chance at it. Richards got his hands on it, but unable to haul it in. The coverage man was Zachary Means, and that is the ball game, or no? There was a timeout, so the clock did not expire before Ottawa uses their final timeout. So Spring Hill's going to have to defend for one more play to keep their shutout. They'll put 1 second on the board. And it's going to be a stop or a score, a shutout or a non. The win is decided, obviously. But Ottawa trying to avoid their second shutout in 3 weeks to start this season. They were blanked 55-0 by Piper. And then beat Baldwin last week 33-32. Spring Hill gave up 22 in their opener to Lewisburg and a 8-point loss. Gave up 41 last week to Paola and a 3-point loss. So 2 one-score games that the Broncos have lost to start this season. And it'll feel good to run away with one tonight here on homecoming, but it'll feel even better if they can do it in shutout fashion. So here we go. Final play of the ball game, barring a penalty. McCullough throws it on the wheel for Navarro, and it's incomplete in the end zone, and this ball game is over. A shutout for the Broncos. They shut out the Ottawa Cyclones for the second time in the last 3 seasons as Spring Hill wins this one 48-0, your final here on homecoming. Back to wrap it all up for you on the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center postgame show next.
That bad play, a great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
When it comes to protecting your family, home, and business, look to a local, community-minded agent. In Spring Hill, that's Allstate agent Libby Clark. With more than 15 years of industry experience, Libby and her team are committed to providing a customized family protection plan that fits your needs. A full-service agency, Libby Clark offers a broad range of insurance and financial services, building relationships with a focus on helping their neighbors. That's the Libby Clark Agency. Visit them on the southeast corner of 223rd and Harrison in Spring Hill. When it comes to helping people with their finances, a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why you need Kim Thompson at Prudential Financial in Spring Hill. Kim knows that everyone's different. She'll listen to you and discuss your hopes and dreams, allowing you to focus on what's important. At Kim Thompson Financial, they focus on protecting your family, saving for retirement, living in retirement, financial strategy, saving for education, and your small business. To learn more, visit Kim Thompson Prudential Financial at the corner of Victory and Webster in Spring Hill, or call 913-592-5573.
Welcome into the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show, brought to you by Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, where they work with all insurance companies to get you back on the road in no time. To learn more, visit them online at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095. It was all Broncos tonight as they win this one with ease, 48-0, the final score. And they scored on their first 7 possessions of this game. Spring Hill did before the running clock went into effect. That 7th touchdown came on their opening drive of the second half. And then at that point on, it was running clock, and things kind of bogged down a little bit at that point. But it was, in the end, still a big victory tonight for Spring Hill as they run away with it 48-0. Touchdowns in this game, 6 of the 7 came on the ground. Zach Knowlton, a 12-yard score. Draven Pipkin went in from 2. Pipkin again from 7. And then Knowlton caught a 37-yard pass. Daniel Mitchell ran one in from 34. Fletcher Pankey with a 20-yard run. And Draven Pipkin with a 19-yard touchdown run on a 3rd down carry. It was the final play of the touchdown drive to open the second half, as the Broncos have now scored on their first possession of the second half all 3 games this year. That one made it 48-0, and it was all in the history books at that point. John Mitchell went 6 of 7 on his extra point kicks as well, as the Broncos roll up a 48-0 victory tonight. Final numbers for you: Spring Hill in the ball game with 322 yards of offense, 213 on the ground, 109 through the air. Ottawa held to just 86 yards tonight with 41 rushing yards and 45 passing yards. Spring Hill averaging 8 yards per play in this game while holding Ottawa to just 1.9 yards per play. Final individual numbers: Ottawa's Noah McCullough finishes 9 of 16 through the air for 45 yards and an interception. He carried 15 times for 28 yards. Aaron Clevenger, 10 carries for 14 yards. Colin Creech, 2 carries for 1, and Josue Navarro, 3 carries for a negative 2-yard total. Through the air, Jose Richards, 4 catches, 29 yards. Jose Navarro, 3 for 9. Colin Creech, 1 catch, 3 yards, and Reese Vogel, 1 catch for 4 yards. Spring Hill's numbers: Fletcher Pankey, 7 of 10 through the air for 109 yards and 1 touchdown. That 1 touchdown went to Zach Knowlton, who caught 3 passes for 44 yards. Daniel Mitchell caught 2 passes for 26 yards. Cameron Crotchett, 1 catch for 13. And Carter Mead, 1 catch for 26 yards tonight. On the ground, Fletcher Pankey with 3 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. His 4th touchdown run of the year. And the big rushing total went to Draven Pipkin tonight, who only needed 13 carries to run for 117 yards and 3 touchdowns. Big night on the ground for Draven Pipkin. Zach Knowlton, 1 carry, 12 yards. It went for a touchdown. Daniel Mitchell's 1 carry went for 34 yards and a touchdown. Matthew Skoma carried 9 times in the second half for 31 yards. Carter Mead and Luke Metcalf both had carries as well, but they logged negative totals, as that all tallies up to a big Spring Hill night. 48-0, they win it over Ottawa. More of the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show next here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and returns for you. Give Prime Accounting Solutions a call at 913-592-2050. Visit them at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill. Online to primeaccounting.net. Weitzel Optometry Vision Source has been the leader in optometry services and vision care in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Weitzel Optometry offers comprehensive eye care, as well as the latest, most popular lenses and frames for Spring Hill and the surrounding communities. Experience modern eye care with advanced diagnostic technology and vision correction products. And with the experience of Doctors Weitzel and Bloodgood, you're sure to see the results you're looking for. To schedule your appointment, call Weitzel Optometry Vision Source at 913-592-2020.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Welcome back to the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show. A 48-0 victory tonight for Spring Hill over Ottawa. The Broncos with their 5th straight win now over the Cyclones. Both teams 1-2 on the year through 3 weeks. Spring Hill next week hosts Bonner Springs, and Ottawa next week will host Paola. All right, tonight, great job of the game goes to, I'm going to give it to there are lots of guys who could have had it tonight because the whole team played exceptional football this evening, but I'm giving it to the second team defense. Why? Because they preserved the shutout late in that game with the Ottawa offense, first string offense still out there trying to get into that end zone, and the second string defense for Spring Hill. In some cases, maybe you could even argue there was some third string defense out there for Spring Hill, and those guys held strong and preserved the shutout. I tell you what, that means something to those guys. You know that the upperclassmen, those starters out there, wanted to see that shutout preserved, and they weren't on the field to be able to do it because that's what happens when you're up 48-0 in the ball game. You put in the backups, and their job is to finish the job that those starters started, and they did it tonight. So great job of the game goes to that defense for holding on to the shutout. If you're looking for a great job, then check out Seats Incorporated in Spring Hill. Seats is a leader in the manufacturing of quality seating and accessories for vehicles with competitive wages and benefits. To see great job openings or go to apply at Go to Seats. I messed that all up. Let me start that over. To see great job openings or to apply, go to SeatsInc.com. Well, the guys on the field were great tonight. I can't say that a perfect postgame show thanks to that, but nevertheless a great night here in Spring Hill. We'll wrap up the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center postgame show next here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
And personalized approach will help you bet. Your trusted Farmers Insurance agent is Anthony Sidoti. Experienced, local, and veteran-owned. Licensed in both Kansas and Missouri, Anthony will customize the right plan for you. His straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Stop on by at 159th and Merlin, right up the street in South Olathe, or call 913-270-5400. The Anthony Sidoti Agency. Farmers Insurance, proudly serving Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Welcome back to Shoemaker Collision to Paint Center post-game show tonight. All Spring Hills. The Broncos defeat Ottawa 48-0, our final. And the Broncos now 1-2. They will take on, it looks like, going to be 0-3 Bonner Springs. The Bonner Springs Braves down 20 to Atchison early fourth quarter last I saw. So we'll see if they can put together a big comeback. But otherwise, it'll be 0-3 Bonner coming to town next week to take on the now 1-2 Spring Hill Broncos as they win their fifth straight over Ottawa, and they drop the Cyclones as well to 1-2. They get undefeated Paola next week. Big night all around for the Broncos here on homecoming, and it was a homecoming to celebrate. 48-0, the final for Caden Carbajo. I'm Bryce Kessler. You've been watching the Shoemaker Collision at Paint Center post-game show on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live.
On your home for the Broncos. You've been watching Spring Hill High School Sports on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by Cedar Lake Village, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, J&T Auto Service, Libby Clark at Allstate Insurance, Perfect Detail Salon, Price Chopper, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Michael Grant Agency, Scott Electric, Prime Accounting Solutions, Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, Seats Incorporated, Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center, Spring Hill Recreation Commission, Tony Sidoti Agency, Farmers Insurance, Spring Hill Fitness, and Whitesell Optometry Vision Source. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill